We're talking monitors now. We all use them. We sit in front of them all day, in many cases, for our work, whether that's on our laptop screen or desktop computer. But what about multiple monitors? I don't think everyone has really gotten into that, but they offer a lot of advantages. To help us unravel this, we've got our good friend Ted Kritsonis, our Toronto contributor for GetConnected. Thanks for joining us, Ted.
Pleasure to be with you guys.
You've written a great article for the website, again, getconnectedmedia.com, just on how to use multiple monitors, why they're good. Maybe we should start there, Ted. A lot of people sit hunched over their little laptop screen, looking at anywhere from a 12 to a 15-inch screen when it could be so much better.
Oh, it could, and your body will thank you for it. Trust me. So, as someone who has worked on a laptop for many years, I've had a couple of injuries as a result of bad posture related to working on a laptop. And really, it was this year that I finally realized, you know what? Actually, having two monitors is better than one. I have a desktop computer at my desk, but I was using the laptop as as the other screen when really I should have been using another monitor. But it occurred to me that this year, with so many people forcefully working from home because of the pandemic, that they kind of had to adjust to how to work in a different workspace. Perhaps at work they were using multiple monitors, but maybe not so much at home. And so I thought, I think it'd be a good thing to point out that this is the better way to go for a number of reasons, not just ergonomics or posture, but also because productivity is generally better when you have more screen real estate to work with. That's just my opinion, but I think most people would probably agree with that. So, but there was another caveat to this. Now, we know that Apple just launched their M1 processor Macs, right? Those Macs cannot handle more than one external display.
I did not know that, Ted.
Yes. So the Intel-based Macs can. John and I have talked about this off camera before, where he has two monitors connected to his Mac laptop. It's an Intel-based one, but the M1 ones cannot. And so this now creates a problem if you're interested in that Mac. But there is a solution, and that is to use a hub or a dock, which would ultimately route all the connections through the hub or dock to the laptop, that way you can have two monitors and not have to worry about any kind of compatibility.
So even if your laptop, like these new Apple Mac laptops, the Pro and the MacBook Air, even though they can only handle one monitor, if you get an external dock, you can hook up two?
Correct. Yes. So if you have a hub or a dock, that is actually what is handling the two screens, right? So, and then you're just connecting one cable to the laptop in that case. And because all the legwork is being done in the hub or dock, and then that way everything routes through to the computer, and at that point the compatibility is not so much an issue, because it's not the laptop that's running the screens. It's connected to them, but it's not running them, and that's a big distinction that we have to make here, because the M1 Macs cannot run two external monitors.
And what does that mean, run?
So basically what it means is that, okay, if you connect an external monitor directly to a laptop, right, that monitor is either it's an extension of that laptop screen, or it's mirroring it. You're just mirroring one to the other.
Yep.
Okay. But the signal is going from the laptop to the monitor.
Yes.
Right. So the computer's GPU, the CPU, all that stuff is involved in making that happen. Now, if you have help, in the case of a hub or a dock that has the components inside that can run these monitors for it, then the laptop doesn't have to do the heavy lifting. It can connect them. You can still use them the same way. You can extend your monitor. You can mirror it. No problem. But the laptop is not doing it. It's not really expending any power in order to do it. If that makes sense.
And what docks would you recommend? I know Belkin, they make some, don't they?
They do. Yeah, Belkin's been doing them for years. And one thing I noted in the article that I wrote is that even if you have one that's a little bit older, so the ports maybe it doesn't have USB-C, for example, You still can make use of those using adapters. So if you use adapters or adapter like cables, like for example, let's say the hub has a Thunderbolt 2 dock or a 2-port, Thunderbolt 2 port. Some previous Macs use that port. You can find a Thunderbolt 2 cable to USB-C if you need to. Those are out there. There are adapters as well. So you don't necessarily have to buy the newest dock to make this work. If you already have one, you can make it, you can still work with it as long as you get some adapters.
And these docks aren't cheap.
No, no. And I noted that, in the article too, because I said, when you're creating a setup like this with multiple monitors, you got to think about the keyboard, the mouse, the dock, the hub. I mean, it adds up. Like, this is not a cheap proposition that we're talking about. I get that. But in the long run, it makes a lot of sense. So you almost look at it like an investment in both your own productivity, your own health, and hopefully you like it so much that you realize, like, oh, you know what? I'm glad I did this, even though it cost me some money. It ended up working out really well for me.
One thing I like about using the dock, though, is when I have to pack up everything to bring it to Mike's house so we can record the radio show, for example, I can leave it all hooked up and all ready to go. I go back to my house with my laptop. I just plug in one cord and everything is there.
That is the beauty part of it.
Yeah.
So Ted, I just need to ask. So, we talked a little bit about these new Macs. They can only handle one at a time, one monitor at a time, unless you get a dock. But there's a lot of laptops that can handle multiple monitors just through the laptop itself. What should people look for to see that capability?
In terms of what? Like, in terms of seeing the capability of using multiple monitors?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, look into whether or not the laptop can do it, first of all, because this is not just an Apple Mac issue. Like, there are some Windows laptops that have this limitation as well. But it's just distinct in this particular case because these are the newest Macs, right? But yeah, look to see if the laptop can handle more than one screen on its own. But at least know that if it can't, you have recourse by going with a hub or a dock that certainly can.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're designed for. So and even if you're looking for a hub or a dock, make sure that it has the requisite ports in order to do it too. So maybe you need an HDMI, maybe you need DisplayPort, whatever it is that you want to connect the monitor to, make sure that the hub or dock has those things.
We're talking with Ted Kritsonis all about hooking up multiple monitors to your computer or laptop. He's written an excellent article that goes in depth on what to look for on our website, GetConnectedMedia.com. You really should check it out. If you haven't got an external monitor for your laptop, you need to get one. We're all working from home, and if you're hunched over a little 13-inch screen, you're crazy. Like the external monitor, they're not that expensive, and like a couple $100. And
I got a 32-inch monitor.
Yeah,
for like $200.
Yeah, like it's worth your back. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, if you and Ted, you're a tall guy, right? I can only imagine you hunched over that little laptop screen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I have a right shoulder issue because of the trackpad.
Yeah.
On the laptop, right? Like, just the positioning of the arm. You don't think about it, but this is one of those things. Like, it's cumulative. It creeps up on you.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube page. And that little bell icon, hit that and you'll be notified every time we post a new video. And comment. The more comments and the more likes and subscriptions we get, the more videos we can make.